afternoon, class. Today we're going to take everything that we learned about circles for the past week and we're going to use it to complete today's activities. But first, before we get started, I want to go over our objectives for today. I've written them on the board, but I want us to go over them as a class. So the first objective is know the diameter and the radius of a circle. What exactly is the diameter of a circle? Yes, Marquise? The diameter of the circle exactly is the longest distance across a circle. That's what it is. That's it. The longest distance across a circle is the diameter of the circle. Now, what's the radius of the circle? Amanda? Exactly. The radius of the circle is the point in the center, the distance between the point in the center all the way to the outer edge of the circle. So the point to the outer edge of the circle, and there you have the radius. Alrighty, so the second objective is use the formula for the area of a circle. So how do we find the area of the circle? We have a formula. Does anybody remember that formula? Marquise? Yes, the formula is A equals pi r squared. So let's break that down. Pi. What did I tell you to use for pi? 3.14. Exactly. If we were using calculators, there probably would be a button that says pi on there, and then we could use that, but we are not using calculators. We are using this calculator, which is the brain. So in order to make it a little bit easier for us, because pi goes on and on and on, never terminating, we're going to use 3.14, okay? So it's pi, which is 3.14 times radius squared, and the r stands for radius. So that's good. Now, the last objective is know the circumference of a circle. So, before we even get on the formula for the circumference of a circle, what exactly is the circumference? I don't understand. Someone explain it to me. Yes, the circumference is a fancy way to say the perimeter of the circle, around the circle. We have a special formula. Don't get it mixed up with the area formula. That's a totally different formula. But the circumference formula is what? Yes, Sarah? Exactly. Circumference formula is 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times the radius of a circle. So 2 times 3.14 times whatever the radius is. And then you will have the circumference of a circle. So now that we went through all this review and you guys did a wonderful job, it's time for us to start our lesson. So I'm really excited about our lesson, but this is going to be a group activity. So everyone get in your designated groups, the groups that I assigned to you at the beginning of the week, and in the same groups. And we're only going to have one paper for each group, so make sure that you put everybody's name in the group on the paper if you want to get credit. Okay, everyone's in their group? Okay, I'm going to pass out the paper that has mini murder mystery on it. We're going to solve a murder mystery. How awesome is that? Yes, and we're going to use mathematics to do it. Alrighty, so the way this is going to work is every group is going to get 3 sets of index cards. So with 3 sets of cards, and it's going to have 4 index cards in each set. So the first set I'm going to hand out to you is going to be how we're going to figure out who was the murderer. Who was the murderer? So it has 4 index cards. I'm going to pass these out to each group. Okay, every group has it? Great, 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 great. So, in these 4 index cards are going to be the suspects. Only one suspect is the actual killer. And the way that we're going to determine that is whichever suspect gives the wrong answer is the killer or the murderer. So, the assignment it has, the circle of the area is 2 meters squared. So it's giving you the circle's area. It's up to you to find out who's telling the truth and who's not. It says the mad scientist says that the circumference is 50.01 centimeters. The math teacher says that the diameter is 16 centimeters. The gardener says that the radius of the circle is 8 centimeters. And the astronaut says that the circumference is 2.01 meters. So now it's up to you to figure out who's telling the truth and who's not telling the truth. And once you figure that out, make sure that you write the name or the person that's the murderer on the paper. I'll give you some time to figure it out. Okay, did you come up with the answer? Who says they have the answer? Yes, group number 1. It's the astronaut. The astronaut says the circumference is 2.01 meters. That's inaccurate. That's wrong. How did you come up with it, group 1? Okay, so you said that the diameter is 16 centimeters. That is true. So you use the radius? Okay, the radius is 8 centimeters. And we know that the area is 2 meters squared. So you see right now it's a unit difference. Did you calculate? Yes. Okay. So you have to make sure that you put it in meters. Yes. Okay. So 8 centimeters. So you said the radius is 8 centimeters. If the radius is 8 centimeters, then it gives you an area of 2 meters. If the radius is 8 centimeters, it gives you the circumference of 50.01 centimeters, not 2.01 meters. That's incorrect. So that's how group number 1 figured out it was the astronaut that actually killed whoever or whatever. So I'm going to give you a second set of index cards. The second set of index cards is going to tell you where the murder was committed. So the murder was committed at one of the tourist hotspots in Oxley that has an area of 793 meters and a circumference of 99.85 meters. Which one? Okay, so we have 4 places. We have the Buttercross. If the circle whose radius is 14 meters. We have the Chippendale statue. If the circle has a diameter of 15 or 25 meters and a radius of 12.5 meters. The Nation Monument, if a circle has a radius of 15.9 meters. And the Maypole, if a circle has a radius of 20 meters. Okay, so I gave you the area. The area is 793 meters. And I gave you the circumference, which is 99.85 meters. You need to figure out which location has the accurate problem to solve the area. So whichever one is correct for the area to be 793 meters is the one that is the location. So I'll give you some time. Okay, does everybody have an answer? Okay, who wants to tell me their answer? Group 2, what was your answer? Where did this murder take place? At the Nation Monument, correct. And how did you figure that out? Exactly. Group number 2 says that they figured it out because the circle has a radius of 15.9 meters. They said they used the area of the circle to the formula for the area of the circle to see if the area of the circle would equal 793 meters. So they did, which one? Okay, they did pi times radius squared. They got radius, which is 15.9 times 15.9 times 3.14, and they got 793 meters, which is the same exact area of the hotspot that the murder takes place in. Good job, good job. So the last set of index cards is going to tell you what time of day the murder took place. So we have 4 sets of times, and the first time is 8:04 a.m. It says if the radius of the circle is 15 centimeters and the area is 6.14 centimeters. We have 12:22 p.m. if the circumference is 88 meters and the radius is 6 meters. And then we have 4:08 p.m. if the radius is 21 millimeters and the area is 1385 millimeters or 1,385 millimeters. And we have last 10:57 p.m. if the diameter is 8.4 meters and the area is 60.9 meters. So what exactly you need to do is you just need to solve those 4 problems. And whichever problem is correct is the time of day. So I'll give you some time. Okay, group number 3, you have the answer? Great, what's the answer? 4:08 p.m.? Exactly. And how did you come up with that answer? Okay, exactly. They said that they had the radius at 21 millimeters and they knew the area was 1385. They wanted to make sure that the area would be 1,385 millimeters if the radius is 21 millimeters. They decided all the rest of them was not the correct answer, and so they squared 21 millimeters, and then they multiplied it by pi, which is 3.14, and it turned out to be 1,385 millimeters was the area, and that one was correct. So we have who? The astronaut. Yes, that's the murderer. Where did he commit it? The Nation Monument. And at what time of day was it? 4:08 p.m. Good job, you guys. Good job. So, we went over everything we learned about this week. We went over the circumference of a circle, the area of the circle, diameters, radius of the circle, and you guys did a wonderful job. So, kudos to you guys. Thank you for solving the mini murder mystery, and everyone will get participation points if you participated in your group, but I see everybody participated in the group. So, thank you so much. This is the end of my lesson. Goodbye. Okay, so for my class, math for teachers too, all of the stuff that I use, that I made reference to is in the form of an attachment. My lesson plan and also my the index cards. They're not on index cards. I just put them like in the actual Word document. So everything that I talked about, you can easily follow along if you just bring up that document, and it has everything, including the answers. So I hope that you enjoyed my lesson. What else did I have to say? Oh, anything that you need, please just hit me up on the discussion board. It's been a pleasure for you guys. This is our last lesson that we have to record. So it was wonderful working with each and every one of you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.